What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledPeople. That's right, not entitled parents. We're talking about actual people, because as we all know, parents gave that up as soon as they decided to have you. This story's called I'm an Entitled Person. So, I'm on mobile, and I really feel like I'm an entitled person in this. My apartment complex was recently bought by a new management firm. They had a new contractor, not a major company, spray apartments for bugs. I wrote them an email saying I don't want my room or bathroom sprayed. I have allergies to most pesticides that cause severe anaphylaxis. I also posted on my front door and bedroom and bathroom door. I came home from work to find my door unlocked. As I was working at banks today, I did not carry my personal carry weapon due to legal reasons. Entering my unlocked home, I could hear loud music coming from my bedroom. When I walked in, I found a midlife crisis Joe Dirt spraying directly into my 30-gallon fish tank. I was about to say gram. Had been a 30-gram fish tank. I'm sorry. Ooh, I freaked out, demanded to speak to his manager, started screaming he has to leave or he will be forced to leave. I told him I'd have his job for spraying the fish tank. I had a carrot explosion! I don't recall everything said, but as he walked out, he sprayed into my kitchen and just casually said, Yeah, who cares? Ferret? I don't know what that word is. I hope it's not a mean word. And left the door open, knocked over a planter, and strolled away like nothing mattered. I stormed my way into the office, shrieking for the manager, district manager, anyone in charge. I was furious. One of the regular office girls was trying to talk to me, and I was having none of it. I needed a manager. I left as I suspected the manager was at lunch, bastard, and remembered the betas I recently got were in this tank, and I moved them to small quarantine bowls. The Odos I added the previous night I moved to another bowl, and sadly, 2 died. Reddit, r/EntitledPeople, internet. I lost it. Not even a moment from entering her lunch did I rip open the doors and screamed the first name of the manager. I couldn't keep my voice down, and I told her I won't be paying rent for 1 month for every fish that died from this moron's actions. She tried to say that they'll reduce my rent by the cost of each fish. Not enough. I started getting angrier, and 2 of the maintenance staff came in to play security. I ended up leaving after using choice lines like, I'll have everyone fired, and you're going to regret this. I wrote an angry email to the new owners and didn't get a response, but they did come in and take photos of the areas he sprayed. One of the 2 women across from me said he went into her room and locked the door while he was in there. She felt very unsafe and like she needed to wash everything. Update 1. I got a call saying the management firm is looking into the matter. I asked for an email and talked to the woman across from me, and she is filing a complaint as well. Personal note 1. Thank you all for the positive feedback. It means a lot. I'm not too comfortable talking about my medical stuff, but I did have to get a breathing treatment. 3 fish have died total. As an added note to everyone who DM'd me, I understand different countries and different opinions. Had I had my weapon on me, I would not have taken his life. It was mentioned as I would have swept the house as I was trained to. I'm not some idiot who bought a weapon and thought, I'm Rambo. If that's what you want to focus on, keep it to yourself. Legality note 1. I have consulted a lawyer via email. No reply yet. Update 2. No real updates. I bought a card and apologized to the lady in the office I screamed at. Another fish died, and I'm currently heat soaking all tanks and may replace the sealant on the safe side. Oh my gosh, that's actually an incredibly huge, ginormous, freaking colossal pain in the anus. Painus, as I like to call it. But that's really messed up. Well, personally, I'm not really that much of a fish dude. I do think they're really pretty. And I love aquariums. Like, I meant like in like the house, you know, aquarium you might buy. I mean, like zoo aquarium things are cool too, like fish zoos. I'm gonna call it a fish zoo. I'm gonna piss all you fish scientists off. Yeah, marine biologists, what are those? Anyway, I know a lot of people get soup stoops attached to their fish, and they may believe their fish are attached to them too. While I am not inclined to think that, it would be a really cool thing for that to be. I just don't think that they're mentally capable. I'm not even mentally capable of things. A lot of things, actually. I don't even know how to read. I'm just really good at guessing what they're saying. I know, it's really confusing. I'll never reveal my secrets. Alright, this story's called, "Those Are Not Hearing Aids. I Want to Speak to Your Manager." I suck at spelling, so sorry. Okay, let me start off by saying I am partially deaf, so because of that, I wear hearing aids. Without them, I can't really hear much at all and can't even hear beside me whatsoever. I have been partially deaf most of my life, but recently it's gotten worse. I'm 21 and I only have had my hearing aids for about a year now. Now I work at a very well-known fast food restaurant. I occasionally will work in drive-thru, and I will have my hearing aids in at all times except if I'm on break. Now, I've had short hair most of my life until about now. I've been growing it out because I've been very self-conscious with my hearing aids. So this one particular day, my hair was put up in a small ponytail and shoved in my hat. I really didn't think much of it because most of my coworkers know I have hearing aids in. It's not that big of a deal to them. I guess my hearing aid that was showing towards the window was kind of hanging out. Now at this point, I'm so used to them that I really don't notice when they're in. Now this is where everything went downhill. This lady came up. She looked like a full-on Karen, but her hair was green, like very, very green. I don't know why. I opened my window and told her her total. This was our conversation. "Hello, ma'am. Your total is going to random numbers." She starts to hand me her card. "Are you wearing earbuds?" She looked appalled and horrified. I start to try to explain myself, but she got loud. I'm still trying to get used to a lot of noises, so when she starts yelling, I start to flinch. "I want to speak to your manager right now!" "Ma'am, they're not earbuds, they're hearing aids." I'm annoyed at this point. Like I said before, I'm very self-conscious about my hearing aids. She's not having any of it, and she's getting louder. I close my window and call for one of my managers. Now, let me tell you, my managers will not take bullcrap from anyone. You start to scream at any of us, and you will be kicked off the property fairly quickly. So this manager walks up, and he is my favorite manager, so we're gonna call him Awesome Manager at this point. "Yes, what's up? This lady's complaining because she thinks my hearing aids are earbuds." He rolls his eyes and opens the window. This lady goes in a full rant, screaming, yelling, cussing, and everything. After she calms down, my manager calmly looks at me and holds his hand out. I give him a smile and take my hearing aids out and put them in his hand. In a voice like venom, he responds to this crazy lady. "Ma'am, I don't know what you were on or what's going on, but these," holds up my hearing aids, "are hearing aids, and my employee is partially deaf. Now, I was gonna ask you nicely to please apologize, but instead, I'm gonna ask you to leave. I really don't like being cussed out at all, and it's very rude to say some of those things. Now, you can leave, and if you do not leave, we will call the police for harassment." He hands her card and closes the window. Gives me my hearing aids back and cancels the order. Tells me not to talk to her and wait until she leaves. She is still screaming, but after 5 minutes of screaming, she finally leaves. Honestly, I felt so much better after he did that, but I asked to go on break early and I was allowed to. I'm gonna be honest, I've had people mistakenly think these were earbuds before, but this was the worst by far. But I did get a free ice cream out of all of it, and an extra 5 minutes added onto my break. If anybody wants to read this on their YouTube channel, well, go ahead, you have my permission, just leave a link so I can listen. Thanks for reading my crazy common story. Have a great day, everyone. Is that in order? Because I'm just gonna be honest, I don't respond well to orders, and so I'm just gonna have a bad day just to spite you for telling me what to do, and it's gonna be your fault. But what a cool thing for your manager to do, to stick up for you like that and just be like, "No, die, Karen!" And he just blasted her into oblivion with the sexy ass Gallic gun. Alright, this story's called Entitled Customer Marriage that we are on our lunch break. I work in an industrial setting, and the general public makes up some of our biggest customer base. And if you didn't already know, working with the general public is a draining and thankless job. Hey, thank you. Now it's not completely thankless. Below is my tale of an entitled penis who thinks we shouldn't be closed for lunch. Cast of characters, me, entitled penis. We shut down for, or we can call him Ed. Let's call him Ep. We shut down for lunch daily from 12 to 12:30 and have for years. There's a large sign outside of our gate notifying customers of our hours, including our 30-minute lunch break. We close up the doors to our facilities, all of the machinery is shut down, and even Stevie Wonder would be able to tell we are closed. I'm walking across the yard to get my lunch out of the fridge when I spy Ep hauling ass down our street, pulling an empty trailer behind his hairy homeowner SUV. We're at a dead-end street, so it's very common for people to use our entrance to turn around and leave. Then I hear gravel spinning and an engine revving. Hey, excuse me, anyone actually working today or no? We're just closed for lunch right now. Excuse me? And proceeds to look at me like I'm speaking in pig Latin. We're closed for lunch. We'll open back up in half an hour. Oh, that's just great. When you open back up? Listen, butthole, you're holding me up from eating my lunch. Cue Billy Bob Thornton in Bad Santa, where he's trying to enjoy his food court salad and gets harassed by a mom wanting to show Santa to her toddler. Me, who is now annoyed and slightly hangry, half an hour from now. With this, I attempt to continue my journey. Well, that's bull crap. How was I supposed to know that? You drove past a large sign that states our hours. You also could have called us. With this, I decided I was done with my participation in this conversation. Perhaps if Ep wasn't too busy trying to have his Dale Earnhardt moment by driving in here like a bat out of hell, he would have seen the sign. What a freaking joke! Y'all don't need a lunch break! And I figured at this point, Ep could see I wasn't going to respond any further as I have my back turned and walking away. Hey lady, are you stupid? I'm still talking to you! Actually, I'm not stupid, but apparently you are, since you can't seem to understand we are closed for lunch for half an hour. Oh, snap. So I kept on walking, not giving a single flippity-doo-dah what Ep thinks. Or is he gonna call and ask to speak to a manager because I called him stupid? Or what lame 1-star Google review you will leave for us online? That's all, and thanks for reading. Yes, you eat that lunch and you enjoy because you deserve it, OP, having to deal with that bullcrap while on a lunch break that is admittedly not very long at all. I mean, okay, 30 minutes is plenty of time to eat a meal, but it's supposed to be a break. Make it a whole ass hour or a cool 45. Damn, look at me advocating for more break time at absolutely no cost to myself. What a guy. Am I right, guys? Sometimes I surprise myself. This story's called Passive Aggressive Shopper Gets a Small Lesson About Why Not to Annoy Tired People. This happened several years ago. My cat, Lily, was quite ill and I knew she didn't have much longer. But her appetite was still good, even if she had trouble eating. My solution was to buy her jars of stage 1 baby food. Basically, tiny jars of turkey-flavored goo. She loved them. I would buy 15 at a time. One night after a grueling day at the office dealing with politics and meetings that should have been emails, I love that, I went to pick up Lily's food. I got in the store-length line and waited my turn. As I reached the register, I put my basket down and wait for the cashier to finish with the customer ahead of me. My basket nudged forward a bit, but I thought nothing of it. Then it nudged again. I turn around and there behind me is a woman with either a small watermelon or some kind of dark gourd. She stares at me expectantly. I just turned my attention back to the cashier. Apparently, I didn't get the hint. Louder than necessary, I hear her thank the man behind her for letting her cut the line. I look back and again she is staring at me. The dude is miles away, but the people behind him are clearly annoyed. She must have went straight to him, ignoring the fact that she was also cutting in front of them. I look down at her melon and again look back at the cashier. Realizing she's gonna have to wait, she begins running a commentary on the contents of my basket. You know, those are very salty, right? I used to make my own in a blender using choice chicken and fresh vegetables. I don't even look back. My turn now, and I begin emptying the basket onto the counter, but she's not done. All those preservatives? It's not even food. I don't understand why they're even allowed to sell that stuff. How anyone could put that in their babe's mouth is beyond me. I finally had enough. Without anger or impatience, and in my best conversationalist tone, I say, I never really liked this kid anyway. I hold eye contact without further comment. Her eyes go wide and she scoffs a few times before hugging whatever the that was she was buying to her chest. I turn to the cashier, give her an inside wink, and pay for the food. I made a ridiculous show of getting my wallet out of my purse and yes, paying with exact change. Wait, I have 4 pennies, and leaving feeling better than I had in days. Petty? Yes. Do I feel bad? Oh, hell no! And Lily got 2 jars that night. She lived another 6 months. Aww, rest in peace, Lily. Make sure you guys say that in the comments, and if you don't, I will kick you out of the club. And if you're wondering what club, well then you're probably not aware for a reason, and that reason is probably because you're not the kind of person to say, rest in peace, Lily. Anyway, very good job. I love how you made her uncomfortable. It makes me very incredibly happy. I'm not even freaking joking. That woman was just getting way into everyone's business.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.